What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. And yes, we're still living a bit of pandemic life, making the best of what we can do with it. So I've got my good friend Brian over there at Mo's Original Barbecue hanging out with me today. Hey, Brian.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Brian. So, you guys are, of course, rated, top 10 barbecue chains in America. And you guys are known, for the smoky food, known for the barbecue. So, we're coming up on the corner of Thanksgiving. And we know that this has just been a crazy, stressful time for families. So, ordering out is just the ticket. How is ordering this year, as far as ordering for family meals and things of that nature? How is this year going to be different for you guys?
Well, it's just. I think there's going to be more bigger numbers for the takeout and the pre-ordering this year compared to the years in these past couple of years. People are definitely going down that road, so to speak, of doing takeout. That's just kind of where we're at right now. We do have some good specials coming up for Thanksgiving and things of that nature, but you can always refer to our website for our regular menu items. But we are offering turkey smoking for the public. If a family wants to drop off a bird at the restaurant, we'll be happy to smoke the whole turkey for them for their Thanksgiving Day feast. And it's just a small smoking fee of $40, which we've done that the last the last 8 years, and it's actually really popular. We've actually gotten pretty good at smoking the whole bird, and we always get pretty excited about it. It's always nice to do something a little bit different every now and then in the restaurant.
Yes, definitely. So with everything going on and everyone trying to just, remain safe and, being up on everything that's COVID-19 related, are you guys actually going to have the dining room open?
We will have the dining room. We will, and we do have the dining room open, and it's limited capacity. So if it gets super crazy, which at this point it hasn't up until this point,
right?
You might have to wait on a seat, but this is pretty much an in-and-out restaurant. You're never going to have to wait too long. We accommodate large groups when necessary, but we might divide you up. If you came in with 12 people, we'd ask you to use 2 tables. Go 6 and 6. We try to be as careful as possible to be sure everybody feels safe while they're here. Right. But the dine-in it's starting to pick up a little bit more these days, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I'm certainly grateful for that, but again, we're on top of what the CDC is asking us to do as a business, and disinfecting and cleanliness and things of that nature, we take very, very seriously here. So we hope we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and I believe we are.
Yes, absolutely. What about reservations? Are you guys going to be taking reservations?
We don't take reservations, but again, up until this point, it hasn't been necessary. I mean, this is just come on in, order your food, sit down, have your meal, and be on your way type place. We haven't run into any problems where people are having to wait for an extended amount of time or anything of that nature. And we do have a pretty big outside patio with plenty of seating outside. So if it's a pretty day, it's a great place to come and sit down and have a soda or a beer, whatever you're in the mood for, and just kind of relax outside, which is always nice.
Gotcha.
But yeah, to the reservations, we don't take reservations. But if a guest called up here and said, "Hey, we're coming up there in about 20 minutes. I've got 10 people. Can you you block off a space for me, I'd be more than happy to do that. But we haven't run into that issue at all.
Gotcha. That's good. At least you guys are prepared. That's the number one thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we'll say a family of 12 says, hey, we don't have time to cook and things of that nature. Could you recommend like a Thanksgiving package for that family?
Of course.
And what are some of the things that it would include?
Of course. Well, we would offer, obviously around Thanksgiving, the cornbread dressing is very popular. Sweet potato casserole, squash casserole. These are all things you can get year round at your request.
Right.
But the cornbread dressing, which I think is fabulous. My grandmother would be so proud of it.
It sounds so good.
but yes, ma'am. We have packages, triple wides, double wides that feed 4 to 5 people or 6 to 8 people. They're ways to get her. And if you just want to do a side, we sell half pans of sides that can accommodate up to 25 people. There are little ways to tweak the menu to get you exactly what you want over the holidays.
Gotcha.
But the home run for Thanksgiving obviously is for families that don't want to or are unable to prepare their meals for their families this year. The home run is dropping the turkey off and then ordering a couple pans of sides. And I would strongly suggest the cornbread dressing.
Yes.
And we even whip up some homemade gravy to go along with the turkey. And it's very reasonably priced. I mean, if you do with the smoking fee and then a couple pans of sides, you're looking at about $80 for a feast that would feed a very large family.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. Now, this is not a trick question, but I got to ask it, Brian. I got a cousin that he's all, I'm vegan, I don't eat anything from animals and things of that nature. What options as far as sides?
We have no problem accommodating our guests that have dietary restrictions or requirements. We do a smoked tofu here that, believe it or not, we sell out of it all the time.
Really?
It's very popular. We do a lot of our sides. Let me throw an example at you. If a guest wanted green beans, well, we cook green beans in with bacon and bacon grease. It's in our recipe.
Right.
We subtract that and add butter to saute the vegetables in, and then that way that meal becomes, or that item becomes, an option for someone that doesn't eat meat.
Right.
We do that for all our sides except collard greens. I think grandmother would be completely disappointed with me if I cooked my collard greens with no meat in it. And I don't want to make her roll over in her grave.
No. Yours and mine both. I think that, both our grandmothers would not be happy with that.
But, we have many ways, many items that we can tweak a little bit to make them where they can accommodate anybody. And they're still fabulous. And I stand behind each and every one of them.
Love it. Now, are you guys setting a date as far as like final pre-orders prior to Thanksgiving?
Yes, ma'am. We would like 48 hours notice, just for the simple fact that if, I don't know, if 40 people drop birds off, we have limited space on the smoker. So we just need, we need to be able to time everything out just right so we can cook everything the day of. And we just, if it's an emergency and you stop by, I certainly wouldn't turn you away.
Right.
But it might make things a little more difficult than they have to be.
Gotcha.
So we are planning on closing the day before Thanksgiving around 2:00. So we would ask that for any family or person that was going to ask us to prepare their food for them, we would ask them to be able to pick it up no later than 2 and have it drop. If you're going to drop a bird off, 48 hours would be great, because we also have to brine the chickens. So that's an overnight process. 48 hours is pretty much where we're at with that. But again, I'm not going to turn anybody away. That's where we're at with the timing, so to speak.
Gotcha. 40 hours. I love it. Brian, again, let everyone know the best way to get more information and, of course, to put in their orders now.
Yes, ma'am. So there's two ways to get, there's three ways you can go. You can always go to Moe'sOriginalBarbecue.com, Atlanta, and you can order through our Chow Now app, so to speak, which is on our website. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to be 100% or 110% sure that you get exactly what you want and how you want it, you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 256-334-0260, or you can call the restaurant directly, 404-249-0707. And anyone can take your order, but I would love it if you asked to speak to Brian so I could personally take care of you. That's just kind of my thing. I enjoy describing the food and all that good stuff. And the buck kind of stops here with me, so I like to handle as much of it as I can.
I love that, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounding all good, everything. So you guys heard it. Go ahead and get your orders in now, because we already know, people already procrastinate, Brian. But this year, I think there's going to be even more last minute orders.
Well, we're hoping for it. We've actually already started taking orders for Thanksgiving, and we've still got plenty of time to get. People still have plenty of time to figure out how they want to do it and get the orders in, and I'm hoping to hear from as many people as possible.
All right. You guys heard it first. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.